All right, folks, we are less than 5 minutes away from live testimony resuming. They are beginning early today. Getting word that the attorneys have already entered the courthouse and the courtroom there in beautiful Maricopa County. Another lovely day in Phoenix, Arizona. Let's take a live look inside the courtroom. And there you see the Great Seal of the state of Arizona. We expect the judge on the bench momentarily. Jodi Arias back on the stand. And cross-examination, day 4. You'll see it and hear it live right here on your front row seat to justice. Right now, though, I want to talk a little bit about yesterday, which was a day all about sex. Let me bring in my panel of experts, line them up. Who do we have today? Oh, I've got Dwane Cates, great criminal defense attorney in Phoenix, Arizona.
Morning, Vinny.
No Joey Jackson, no Mike Brooks. Wait, I just got a note. Dwane, I just got a note from Joey and Mike. They can't be here because they both have migraines. So they won't be able to join our
good.
panel.
Well, maybe they should have lunch.
Yeah, I think they're eating bologna sandwiches right now, which is perhaps what Jodi Arias is having today for lunch. All right, Dwane, let me get right to you. I mean, yesterday was all about sex, right? All about sex. And in direct examination, Jodi Arias was such a victim of all this sexual deviance. He was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe what Travis made her do. Then on cross-examination, we're starting to read her text messages and listening to her words about mutual consent. Hey, I've got a great idea, Travis. Why don't we do beep, and why don't we do beep, beep, and you can do beep. Come on. And she even said the words yesterday, because I tweeted them out, and you got to follow me on Twitter, @VinnyPolitan. If you want to know when the verdict is, follow me, @VinnyPolitan. She said the words, it takes 2 to tango. And it couldn't have been clearer yesterday. That's why I think yesterday was a great day for Juan Martinez and the people of the state of Arizona, Dwane.
I disagree, Vinny. You know, it does take 2 to tango, and nothing is all one way or the other. Okay, so there probably was some consensual sex, and some of the times it may have been consensual. She may have been doing things just to please him. So it's not always just one way. Not that she hated it all the time or she liked it all the time. I mean, it's got to be somewhere in the middle, Vinny.
Well, let's talk about this pleasing him, all right? And whose theory of the case does doing anything I can to please this man fit into? Does that sound like a woman who is obsessed and wants to spend the rest of her life with Travis Alexander and will do anything for him? Or does it sound like an abuse victim who admittedly could walk away from the relationship at any point she wanted to, lived 1,000 miles away? I mean, which theory is it more consistent with?
Well, first of all, Vinny, abuse victims can't just walk away anytime they want to. I mean, that's a myth. They can't do it, Vinny. They're under the spell. She was so in love with Travis Alexander that she would do anything for him, even degrading things. And she didn't want to speak ill of him. And that's where this whole thing's coming down, Vinny. I mean, you know, people that join cults do strange things. You know, they may be just totally normal people, do strange things, but it's because they
Why is she grinding Ryan Burns? Why is she grinding Ryan Burns?
I don't know, maybe she likes to. You know, maybe she was trying to set up a ruse so that it looked like she didn't kill Travis Alexander that day. I mean, people seem to be surprised that she's trying to hide the fact that she killed Travis right after she killed him. I mean, that's not surprising. It's not surprising that she would try to act normal.
Well, normal? 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 Was she acting normal at any point during anything that she's described while on the stand?
Depends on your definition of normal, Vinny.
Okay. Well, and here's the thing, and you're a great attorney, Dwane. We know that. That's why I have you on. That's why I battle with you, right? If I brought on a bad attorney, it would be way too easy. It'd be way too easy for the prosecution, right? So you're fighting the right fight. So let me ask you about today, okay? How do you think it goes? If today is the day that Juan Martinez cross-examines Jodi Arias about the killing itself, how does that go? And first, from Jodi Arias' perspective, does she again go to like covering her neck and sort of covering her face and start to melt a little bit on the stand and get very timid? Or does she stand up to the prosecutor like we saw on day 1, like we saw yesterday morning? Which Jodi Arias do you see on the stand when Juan Martinez starts cross-examining her about the actual killing.
Well, how this goes today depends a lot on Juan Martinez. Now, if he attacks her and he goes into the killing and he's aggressive and he's attacking, she's going to cry. She's going to be on the stand sobbing, and that's going to be a very bad thing for the prosecution. I mean, a lot of women that I've talked to already believe that he's a bully and is beating up on her. And if she ends up a sobbing mess on the stand today when they go into the killing, I don't think that's going to do the prosecution any good.
Let me ask you about, and we're just moments away, we're getting the word that everyone's in the courtroom just waiting for the judge to take the bench, so you're not missing anything live. It's going to start any minute now. Dwane, how about this, though? Because the more I think about it, it's like Juan Martinez believes in his case. He believes that this woman is a murderer, a cold, calculated murderer, premeditated, first degree, deserves to be on death row. Shouldn't he beat her up?
Well, I mean, he should try to get a result, which is a conviction for first-degree murder with the death penalty. Okay, there's a numerous different ways to go about that, but again, I mean, the consensus from a lot of people that I've seen on various programs is that this cross-examination should have been surgical. Cross-examination isn't about the answer from the person on the stand.
Right.
It's about the question. You
I
really
agree.
don't care what the answer is. And Juan Martinez cares way too much about what her answer is.
You know, look at this. We're agreeing. We're agreeing, Dwane. Oh, fantastic.
We have to mark this day. We have to mark this day.
There you go. High five. Now, and I agree with you 100% there. But I think that's the nature of this prosecutor. And I think it's just the way he is. He sees this case, he sees the facts in a certain way, and he can't understand why she can't understand that. And it's getting him a little frustrated, and it'll be interesting to see that dynamic. I think what we're going to do, though, is we're going to take a break right now, Dwane. As much as I like you, let's take a quick break because we expect the judge on the bench any moment. Live testimony set to resume. Juan Martinez versus Jodi Arias, round 4.